This is Black Shiva. Um, I wanted to also talk about one of my old theories. I kind of forgot about it because I've just been adding on more and more theories about the ancient Egyptian pyramids and what they're about. I even seen when I went to Egypt, I even seen people saying that you could spend the night in some of the smaller pyramids, and it's good for your chakra system. I'm like, whoa, since when? And they said it was ancient. My tour guide said it's 50-50. He doesn't know if it's actually an ancient thing to clear your chakras by staying the night in a pyramid or not. So it's a confusing matter. It's a confusing matter. What are the pyramids for? It's very mysterious. But in talking to him, I remembered one of my old theories, and coupled with the new Italian discoveries of the rods going deep into the ground, or not rods, but chambers of some kind. I don't know. Whatever it is. Well, one of my theories was that the pyramids are actually like a grounding rod. Okay, one of my theories, I thought maybe, okay, so during a sandstorm, the different particles or sand pieces, as they're rolling around, they're creating a lot of static electricity, and that allows them to billow up and move forward. All right. And these sandstorms had taken over the Sahara, right? They had destroyed the green of what used to be in the Sahara. The Nile River, one of the headwaters, one of the starts of the Nile River was at the Eye of Mauritania, or the Eye of the Sahara. Okay, so from there, the Nile River that's one of the starts. It ran eastwardly to where the Nile is now. Okay, and everything was lush and green until one day the Mediterranean, with all its waters and salts and sand, presumably, swept down, wiped out the Eye of Mauritania, which is the lost city of Atlantis. And somehow people survived that, but it swept down and it swept it into the ocean with mud and sand and salt, just wiping out all the jungle that used to be all around, all the vegetation, all the lush vegetation. And then with the sand and everything dying, right? Um, the Nile was overtaken with sand, right? And there was an increase in sandstorms. Uh, the people, the Atlanteans who survived, they must have followed the Nile and built the pyramids to stop the desertification, right? The sandstorms and the desertification of the region by building the pyramids right along the river. Now, the river helped build the pyramids, yes, but the pyramids also, they didn't even start, they started below ground, right? And essentially it's a grounding rod. It takes that static energy out of the air and grounds it. And not only that, but I learned through learning about gardening and South American techniques that uh, a little copper rod that you put into the ground, it helps your plants, your little garden plants grow prolifically, right? It helps with the soil, it helps with the growth of the plant, and it helps keep away pests. Like, amazing, right? So you could put a little copper rod into your soil, above ground or those above ground gardens. You can have it like that, or you can have it in the ground, in the soil. Either way, it will work and it will work fantastically um, for just a little wire. And what it's doing is it's capturing energy from the air and it's putting it in the ground. And this is very good for the soil and plants. It's very wonderful. So you have the Atlanteans, prehistoric, without any kind of language or without any kind of writing, right? And they built pyramids right alongside the Nile to capture and absorb the aberrant, electricity. And I asked my guide, are there a lot of sandstorms, you know, in Giza in or along the Nile at all? And he said pretty much no, there are not. So then, of course, it's kind of legit, maybe. And then, of course, the builders, the most important thing on Earth isn't electricity, okay? Producing electricity and creating cycles. I mean, it has, all of our creature comforts. Very wonderful to have electricity and AI even. It's still just, it still just cycles. It's just like a recycling. Everything about electricity and electric generation is, it's just to be able to repeat something. But the most important thing on Earth is actually the life that we have on this planet, the water and the life, right? The plant vegetation, the life in the water, the fish, the resources. The most threatening thing on Earth would be the desertification. I can't even say that right now. Okay, that is the most threatening thing. So the builders, they built on the Nile, and then they must have gone to other parts of the world, right? To make sure that this planet doesn't just become a dust ball. So they built pyramids in Mexico and South America. Or are there pyramids in South America? Well, they built them in Asia and they built them in America. And that stopped everything from becoming like the Sahara or like Australia. Okay. So that's my theory. That's what the pyramids are for. Yes, they are electric, but they're not for electricity. Okay. Um, yeah, I wanted to say that, and this is obviously a theory I thought of years ago. I just can't remember like how long ago, but this is my original idea. Okay. And yeah, that's basically what I think about that. But I wanted to credit that to myself. Thank you. This is Black Shiva wishing you peace and health.